Okay, we're at day 11 on our manicure right now, and it's time to extend this just a little bit longer. You can tell that how much my nails have grown out. You can see some nails on this side of them, but you know, that's okay. We're trying to keep this on for 14 days. I did have a little run-in with a table. I was trying to catch something and I popped this back, and so I popped the polish off. That was on a Saturday. So what I did is I took this little square with 4 sides and I buffed it with that just to smooth it. And then I took the nail file that's a 1000 and a 4000, and then I put the 1000 side on there like that and the 3000, and that way I didn't have any rough edges. And so I had all day today, went to church, went to a wedding this afternoon. It's late at night now, but you can see some of these nails, the ends are you can see some wear on the ends where this one was an obvious chip. That was a damage. But they're just kind of wearing out. They look like if I were to leave this alone, you know, in a day or two, these are going to crack and look bad. So the trick is to get some more polish on there before they start looking bad. Because these really, I think, look, except for the one little accident, they really look pretty good. So the one thing we're going to do is take our polish remover, non-acetone of course, and tear off a little bit of a cotton ball. And we take our handy orange stick, like this. And I like using the nail corrector stick, but the store has been out, and so it's kind of hard to find. So what I like to do is fingernail polish remover, put it on the end of this, see if I can get in the camera here, on the end of the orange stick, and just smooth it out a little bit around the edge of the cuticle where you may have had some rough edges. Because sometimes where you're, you know, putting the end of the polish, it just gets a little rough there, and I like to smooth it out just a little bit so that you don't have like a wall at the end of your fingernail. So you know, I have a couple of coats of that Nail Tech 2 on there, and then 2 coats of color, and then my Sage Vite, the top coat. And then a few days later I did another color of Sage Vite, another coat of color, and then another coat of Sage Vite. So we have many layers of polish on there, but again, that's what makes it strong, what makes them grow. I'm trying not to take off the nail polish and make it last 14 days. This is not behaving, but it'll work. Twist it around a little bit, that helps. And I'm just trying to run it around the neck, I guess, or whatever you call it, of each fingernail, just to, if there's any rough edges where several layers of polish have been there, we'll just take it off. Well, that one's not behaving. We'll get another little piece here. Sorry, I'm out of the picture there. And again, I just it's going to be easy to put another coat of polish on here, and we'll cover the whole white color with a pink. It'll be easy to do because it's grown out quite a bit. You don't want to go past the white, but just barely cover it. All right, so that's what we did just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Now what we're going to do, let me close this up. Let's again put down our protective. I should have put down that before. I have some, it's Sally Hansen. I bought this on vacation in Alaska one time, called the Complete Manicure. It says that it's a top coat and a polish, and a base coat and a polish and a top coat. It just seems to be very resilient. They don't have many colors to choose from. This one's called Back to the Fuchsia. So what I do, I'm gonna go to my my broken nail first, because it may need a little extra. Let's see if you can see that. And just put a little dab on it right there. And we'll come back and give it another dab in a minute. And you can see I make many, many mistakes. Got my nail there a little bit. So we'll take my corrector stick and just get that off. So what I do, maybe a real nail technician would think this is crazy, but I just touch a little bit around the tip just to give it a little extra strength there. You may think it's kind of crazy to put this really dark color on top of a light color, but this Sally Hansen is so opaque, it seems to do just fine. And you can see the polish is starting to crack a little bit, but it just seems to help seal it up, to put a little bit more. You don't want to, you want it to be real thin, not a big thick coat that you've got to worry about. Just put a little bit on there. This little guy is still in the picture. Then we're going to come back and put, good grief, I don't have any polish on that. There we go. This didn't seem like it got any polish on it. Let's try a little. There we go. A little bit thicker to fill in that little hole there. All right, so now we're going to put a coat of this. Hopefully I'm in the camera shot. Very carefully cover. Maybe we'll put 2 coats on it. And that may look a little bit better. You can see I got a little on my skin there. Take my little cotton ball with polish remover on it and clean that guy up. Just barely cover it over the white. So like I say, we're at about 10 or 11 days. Probably at 10 days on this round of polish. And I'm trying to get it to about 14. So this should get us 2 or 3 days more. It's kind of hard to see looking over this iPad here, but again, just so you can get the general overall look. I just can't remember if I used 1 or 2 coats of this. Really doesn't look bad, except that I didn't quite get all of the white covered. We may come back and put a second coat on here. What you can also do is dip your orange stick in polish remover so it's a little bit damp, and then just use the orange stick to clean up your nail a little bit. And how I pick it up usually is I just push on it so I don't scrape up my nails. You have a little orange stick that's wet, and just push down on the skin and clean it up right there. Probably going, how is this going to look good? But Just carefully make sure we got everything covered. Let's make sure we can see everything here. Not quite enough polish on that one. I feel like I'm out of the shot here. And the first time I did this, I thought it was kind of crazy to put this dark color over that lighter color, but it kind of, you can tell like when you're driving, if you're looking under the nails, they have, you know, kind of a little clean white underneath, which is really kind of nice. I just ran my thumb into something. Really didn't damage it much. Okay, let's go put a second coat on these. If you see a little white spot that I missed, I'll just get it again. That's the thing with 2 coats of color, you don't have to be as exact. You just, whatever you missed, you'll get it the second time around. And then that Sage of Vite top coat we'll put on top. See this, I'll do a better job of covering that up second time around. There is quite a bit of polish on my nails, but I think that's what keeps them strong. The more polish you have on it, the more, I guess, torture they can withstand. So we're probably spending about 15 minutes or so tonight on this. You see this second coat, I'm kind of getting rid of any other little white spots you see. And then I'll put 1 coat of the Sage of Vite on top. Just like I say, I think this is about day 11. Started on a Thursday and it's Sunday, so Wednesday's day 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if this will go 2 or 3 more days, 3 more days, we're at like 14, and then we can start over again. Again, I just try to do 3 strokes down the nail, 1 down the middle and then 1 down each side. I'm trying to get this in the screen so you can see it. So I'm doing a little bit in the air, which is kind of difficult. Okay, we have 2 coats of this Sally Hansen on top, and now we're going to take this Sage of Vite Fast Dry top coat, or Dry Fast top coat, and we'll put a coat of that on there. I did see 1 nail that I had got a little bit of polish on my finger. Let's see if I'm in the picture there. So again, just push down with that stick. I dipped the stick in a little bit of polish remover so it's a little bit wet. Clean that one right up. And the Sage of Vite, remember you can put that on really thick. And I go over the pink. So I'm on this edge where my cuticle is, I'm going a little bit past it so to kind of seal up all the edges. You don't want to spend too much time on each nail.
because you don't want to pull off the pink with the Sage of Vite. But you do want to come past it at the cuticle and cover it on all the edges so it provides a good seal. Usually I like the videos a little bit shorter, but you can pause this and fast forward to the end if you want. I'm going ahead and doing all 10 nails, 2 coats of this pink and 1 coat of the Sage of Vite top coat. I didn't look at the clock, but you can see how long this video is to see how much time we spent tonight. So it's a few minutes, you know, you could easily spend 15 minutes doing it, but to have nails that are, you know, look nice and people unrelated to you, you know, at the grocery store, in a restaurant, or other places, you know, comment on they really like your nails. That's a nice compliment. And it makes you feel good too if you look good. So again, 1 down the middle to drop the polish off. And then with less polish on your brush, go down to the end and down on the other side. And I just finish it off at the end there, at the tip. Oops, a little bit too much polish there. Ran into that remover bottle with my left hand, but hopefully it's dry enough already. I can't tell if I'm getting that edge or not. Hopefully I did. So now we have, we buffed over this mistake where I had broken the nail, put a little extra polish on it. We took a Q-tip along with our orange stick and cleaned up the edges around the cuticle just a little bit. And then I put 2 coats of the Sally Hansen Complete, which is like a base coat color and a top coat, and then 1 coat of the Sage of Vite. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. So now you can see that I have 10, I think, really nicely manicured nails. We're at 11 days. Hopefully we're going to get to about 14 days. And again, you can see where it's growing out at the cuticle a little bit, but I really think that looks good for a manicure. And I changed the color up over the 14 days. Underneath it's really the white has a little kind of a neat look underneath. So there it is, day 10. Thank you very much.